Yo, yo. Yo, yo, can anyone hear me? What's up? So, we're gonna be reacting to a Luffy scalar, Luffy versus Naruto. Yo, like, I believe everyone on YouTube pretty much knows that Luffy doesn't touch Naruto. I don't think it's even remotely close. But I think there's still some people on the internet that legit believe that Luffy or anyone in One Piece is still remotely close to Naruto. So we're gonna fucking check that out. There's a specific guy I'm looking for. That's my video. Sorry for the coughing. I'm kind of sick, so no, I personally like the video. Or we just check. Yeah, I think it's this guy.
I knew I was underwater. I just didn't realize I was this underwater. If you're stressed about
Hey guys, Stanixos here. So talking about current Wano Luffy versus adult Naruto. Now right off the bat, I know a lot of people come into this discussion with deeply entrenched beliefs about who they think should win. Now
Yeah, because Naruto obviously wins this matchup. I don't think it's remotely close. Let's see what he has to say.
regardless of your personal feelings on the matter, my goal for this discussion is merely to try to represent both characters as accurately as possible and then give my take on this topic. And of course, as usual, there'll be no equalization between verses because Haki and Chakra are two separate things. So with that said, let us get into the video. Now, just as a gentle reminder, I think we should quickly go over the difference between attack potency versus destructive capacity. Now, destructive capacity typically describes the scale of an attack, like how big of an area can this attack damage. So for example, here we have the buggy bomb, which is a cannonball explosive that can destroy multiple buildings with ease, and buggy specifically at all about her durability. So to say that just because Naruto damaged her in the fight, that somehow automatically gives him a dimensional destroying attack potency makes literally no sense. And again, we have seen where way weaker no hacks characters like Sakura clearly damaged Kaguya, and saying she wasn't damaged is just silly. Kaguya was visibly bruised from Sakura's punch. Now many people like to disregard this and say, oh, Sakura can't really damage Kaguya. That was just done for plot to make Team 7 look cool. And again, I have no problem with that statement. But again, there's no evidence for Kaguya having some dimensional destroying level durability. And secondly, just because one of Kaguya's strongest jutsu could possibly erase a dimension if given enough time to expand to big enough, that doesn't suddenly mean that everything she does is dimensional.
The thing is, like, when you're talking about Kage and like where she scales and their ability, like, I don't know why people always jump to the expansive Tsukugi Orb, even though it's the worst method to scale Kage. Kage has an ability called the Amino Minaka It allows her to literally move the world she's in, so which would obviously mean she does scale to the set worlds that she, even though she doesn't create it, she does scale to it in one way, which is significantly affecting. So Kage would still scale to her dimensions no matter what.
destroying level or even remotely close to it. So Naruto, who was getting beat up for nearly the entirety of the fight, being able to clash with Kaguya's gentle fist for a short while before being easily overpowered, doesn't suddenly make him as strong as Kaguya's strongest truth-seeking orb ability. And remember, Naruto and Sasuke didn't even
Well, he's not as strong as it, but he's definitely comparable to Kaguya, and Kaguya does scale to ability, so yeah, he would scale to Kaguya, whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you think.
overpower Kaguya, they just outsmarted her and sealed her away. So no, Naruto will not be considered to have some solar system level attack potency or durability in this video. So now let's speak about Momoshiki. Now a lot of people also like to bring up scans like this from the Naruto and Boruto novels, which usually describes a scene where Momoshiki goes to some place to harvest some chakra and the place usually gets destroyed. So in this particular instance and translation,
In this translation, it clearly shows that Momoshiki is like draining a planet. Like he's not destroying a fucking star. I don't know why people use this kind of scaling. Like when it comes to scaling, I don't understand why people can't just be honest with what they're saying. Like, okay, Momoshiki is known for killing civilizations and draining planets, and you see a star's translation, which in Japanese means Hoshi, and Hoshi can mean a multitude of things. It could mean no, not a multitude. It could just mean one thing, which is a celestial body, and you need to use context to know what that celestial body is. So when it comes to Momoshiki, it's obviously talking about him like draining a fucking planet. So he's not draining a star. This is not a good way to scale Momoshiki.
you'll know two important things. Firstly, it describes a place that Momoshiki went to as a star, and secondly, it states some interesting special
Cadbury hot chocolate,
What is wrong with this
crafted from
ass?
cocoa, milk, and sugar. Creamy, choco.
special interactions that we needed to go through. But at the end of the day, to many people, the major factor that they want to know about is how hard can they hit. And with the other silly arguments already out of the way, the usual pathway that is used to scale Naruto is as followed. So in the 4th Great Ninja War, a Kuruma mode Naruto with his Kuruma avatar, along with the 8 Tails, did a powerful combined Bijou Bomb. Now the current versus battle wikis accepted pixel scale calculation of the on Sasuke moon level attack potency that you'll often see come up is that the Shibuku Tensei that 6 passage mode Naruto and Sasuke used to seal Kaguya in the war arc has a pixel scale related calculation of 403 exatons,
No, what kind of pixel calc is this? Like the one I saw is like Dwarf Star level. Why is this? Why using versus Battle Wiki? It's trash.
which is moon level. Then, after the 4th Great Ninja War ends, but before Boruto, in his fight against Toneri, Naruto, in his Kuruma Cloak Sage mode, was shown to tank an attack from Toneri, which sliced the moon in the process. And again, this feat has a pixel scale related calculation of 281 exatons, which would give Naruto moon level durability.
Yeah, I can agree with this. This is moon level, but we also know that in that same movie, the Tentagon, which could like tank the moon and the planet being collided and that planet being destroyed, Naruto was able to destroy the Tentagon in base with a base Rasengan. And no, Hinata didn't help. She just had the chakra to cover Naruto's own chakra from being like absorbed by the Tentagon. She's not as strong as Naruto. Naruto was the majority of the power in that thing. He literally says before she like cuts him off, like, I'm gonna use my Rasengan to destroy it. He's capable of destroying the Tentagon. It's just that his chakra is gonna be absorbed if he hits it. So Naruto would just be above planetary with that kind of scaling. Toneri also moved the moon. Yeah, he also moved the moon out of orbit, which would be just planetary. Like there's a lot of planetary scaling in like the last. I think Kishimoto just wanted to like show that Naruto is a planetary character, but some people still don't want to believe. Some people are even saying the last movies in canon.
So then in Boruto, a partial Ukutsuki form Ishiki is considered to be at least moon level, given that
What do you mean, bro? What is this? Like we have feats of characters like moving fucking dimensions with stars and like celestial bodies like moons and planets, and that will just like be a solar system level feat, and you're telling me that Jigen is moon level. Like isn't that like a low ball even for you? Like Toneri could like move the moon out of orbit. How is that just moon level? These One Piece scalers, like they really get on my fucking nerves.
He could easily block a punch from 6 past Sage Mode Naruto and was also casually beating down the same 6 past Sage Mode Naruto. And then Ishiki got even stronger after his reincarnation was complete.
From this video, you can already just tell that this guy wants to lowball Naruto to the oblivion. So let's see how hard he thinks One Piece can ever hit.
Superimposed onto these attacks is literally characterized by an even finer control. Like Haki is clearly explained to be a thing
Whoa, the
to
doorway
slice through
negation
other
argument.
meteors summoned by Fujitora, and is able to withstand the blade of characters like Law, who can also casually slice through Fujitora's meteors, and through Virgo's Haki, as well as casually stop Luffy's Gear 3 Haki-coated punch, as well as restrain powerful characters.
If you want to be extremely generous to Luffy, I'm just gonna say it, he's like country level. Scaling him to anything above country level, you're just wanking Luffy. And I'm not even saying this as someone that doesn't like Luffy. I don't like Luffy, but if you want to scale Luffy, like country level is the way to go. Like maybe continental most of the time if you use the fucking John Chinjiao scaling of splitting a continent, which is just not continental. If you just want to use continental scaling, that's what you use. Anything above that is just wank. Like Whitebeard scaling has been debunked multiple times. I've debated multiple people on Whitebeard if he's planetary, and most of them are not able to prove Whitebeard is planetary. So just stay away from Whitebeard scaling. It's just trash. Luffy, in my opinion, is like Continental to FTL plus. Yeah, you can get him to FTL plus. MFTL is kind of a stretch. Naruto is like, in my opinion, where I actually scale Naruto, like in my mind, like where does Naruto scale? You can get him to like dwarf star level, from planetary to like dwarf star level. That's where I skill Naruto. All this universal Naruto, you could argue universal Naruto. I have lost to someone on universal Naruto. There's a lot of evidence for it. Like it makes you seem kind of disingenuous if you don't agree with universal Naruto, but personally I don't still agree with uni Naruto unless there's more evidence provided. So Universal Naruto is alright to use. If you can argue it well, it's okay. Especially when you're going against Bleach fans who like, use dumb scaling like destroying the three worlds, which are clearly planets. But anyway, uh Luffy is continental with FTL plus speed, and Naruto is dwarf style level with FTL plus the MFTL speed. And if you have like relative speed and Naruto has more AP, naturally Naruto would win. So I don't think this has to be a debate in 2025. So Naruto would just beat Luffy. I don't think it's that much of a stretch to say. Yeah, I'm gonna fix the video.